Hi folks, this is Stan Scrabbit. I am the Director for Technology Enhanced Instruction at Jamestown Community College, and today we are going to be talking about Google Drive. So I have a live audience in front of me. I may have a remote audience piping in here very shortly, and whoever else happens to be out there. One of the things that you may see up at the top of your screen is an icon for questions. Feel free to add a question. Feel free to add it to the screen whenever you're out there, but happy to answer them, and we'll kind of go from there. So, all right, so we're going to start talking about Google Drive, and what I'm going to do is share out my screen. So here we go. It's going to get crazy for a second, so bear with me. All right, so you should be able to see my screen, and we're going to work with this, basically this browser. So what's Google Drive? So Google Drive is a cloud-based storage area where you can store files, and from that you can also share files with other people. You can share them to the entire public, you can share them to select individuals. You have a decision to make on whether they're going to be viewing those files or editing those files. So there's lots of decisions to be made, but Google Drive is where all this is. Okay. So for the Jamestown crew, where we're going to start is on the SUNYJCC.edu page, and then go to MyJCC. Okay, so that's where we're going to start. Everyone at Jamestown Community College has a Google account, right? It's basically everybody has one, so you can do this. It's possible you can also do it through your private accounts. Okay, so like Google Hangouts on Air is not an application that is available through the Google education package that we have. Okay, so I have to use my private account at the same time. And so, what we're going to do right now is show you how to access this. Okay, so everybody at MyJCC? Not yet? I will wait a second. I want to make sure that we have plenty of time. And feel free to ask a question anytime. So, and Corey, are you going? Go to log in with your normal account, your Gmail, private Gmail account, and then go to plus.google.com. Look for events, and that should show you. Okay. Are we there? Everybody good?
No.
You're not.
I get on this one, but I had a hard time getting on the Where do I go from here? There's nothing.
Okay, let's expand this a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah. Click on this.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. Sorry.
There it is. There it is. And you're good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so from this, one way to get in there is actually to click on email your student JCC. And what we're going to do is we're going to log in using the same username and password that you logged in to get onto the computers. Okay. And okay, and so what this actually does is this takes us out to the email. Okay, so and that's the first part. So the email is only one of the tools, and we're going to kind of show you all the other tools that are out there. Well, hello. Okay, so in the upper right hand corner, you have this little grid that's got 9 little dots put into a nice grid that looks like a, you know, a tic-tac-toe board. Okay, if you select that, it will drop down and show you a variety of tools that you have access to, okay, that are part of this Google set. And the one we are going to talk about today is called Google Drive or Drive. So if you go to that and select that, that'll take you out to Drive. Okay. Everyone there? Not yet? Okay. All right, let me, okay, thanks. Do kind of a quick catch up here. Okay, so all right, where are we at in the process there, Corey?
I'm logged in.
You're logged in? She logged in? No.
She's secondary.
Okay. Yeah, let me know. Okay. So for Google Drive, there's a lot of ways that you can start files, but basically this is your storage area. Right? This is, you can have folders, and within those folders, you can have documents. You can look at these things in a variety of different ways. Over on the right-hand side, you can see the list view. So it will show your folders and then whatever documents that you have. Hello, it's Dan. Sorry, folks. We're coordinating with another site. Hello, it's Dan. Are you in? Do you need another invite?
Hey, there you are.
Okay, I'm going to mute you. Sorry about that, folks. We're getting somebody else in, and just kind of invite them into the conversation. So, talking about Google Drive. So, Google Drive is really a storage area. So, you can store things in folders. You can create folders, and you can also have documents. Different ways of looking at this. So, I have right now showing the list view. Over in the right-hand side, you can also have the grid view, which is where I started. You can sort these by name, last modified, last time modified by me, last time opened by me. So you have different ways that you can find information that's there. Okay, just kind of very similar to your Microsoft and looking at your directory, right? So, and if you have questions, please shout. To create a new document or a new folder, let's start with a new folder, you have a variety of different ways. You can use your mouse on that big area in the center and right-click on it, and you can select New Folder. Okay, and My New Folder, and I'll go ahead and create that. And there it is. It shows up. And if I double-click on that folder, it will allow me to go in there. You know that you're in a subfolder or where you're located because you have what's called breadcrumbs. So I have My Drive and then My Folder. And if I want to go back to My Drive, I select My Drive, either from that top menu or off on the left-hand side, My Drive. Okay, everybody tracking? Okay. So the other thing that you can do is create a new document. So right off the bat, my menu shows me that I can create a Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and then I have the option, if I pass over the More, to Google Forms, Google Drawings, Google My Maps, and then even the plus sign allows me to get to a lot more possible options. Okay. So once again, if I wanted to create a new document, I click on the New, and then I have the option of creating a document like Google Docs. And it will bring up a document offering if I want to do headers or a template and such. I don't want to do that, so there I am. And one of the first things, whatever document that you're opening, it's good practice to give it a name right away. So my new document. And I can go ahead and close that. So if you notice, I didn't save it. It automatically saves.
How did you close it?
Let me go back up here. All I did is it brings it up into a new tab. Just close the tab. Okay. The very cool thing about Google Docs is it automatically saves your work. Right? There is not a save button anywhere on it. It just does. All right. So I do a lot of work on it and automatically saves it. And it makes it very, very easy and comfortable. Yes, ma'am.
So my students that are using this, what sort of, can they send this to me? Can they submit this, a Google Doc, easily to me, a document?
Yes, absolutely. And we'll get to that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. No, ma'am, I just got started here. We're just starting on how to create basic stuff. And here's what we're going to be doing, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is show you how to upload and download documents, okay? We're going to talk a little bit about organizing them, how to make sense of this. Then, very importantly, we're going to talk about sharing files and folders, right? And this is, right, the really cool magic, because we send a lot of documents back and forth across this campus, right? There's version control that's just out of control. Google Docs allows you to control for that version control, because what you see is what the most current thing is, right? So that's the nice thing. No matter you had 18 people working on it at the same time, what you see right now is the most current thing. How to find files that are shared with you. It's like, I shared these. It's like, we're not so sure. Managing file versions, using Google Photos, various plugins to make your life easier, and then some additional applications that will kind of show you ways to do that. So that's what we're going to do in the next 45 minutes, roughly. And then we're going to switch on over to just working with Google Docs, just the word processing program and that. Okay, but this is kind of the essence of it, the whole sharing and making that work. Okay. Okay, so any questions on how to create a new document? And if I wanted to get rid of it, I could right-click on it and select Remove. And that would allow that. Or I could drag this and drop it into the trash can on the left-hand side. So different ways of doing that. If I wanted to place this into a folder, I can just drag it and drop it onto whatever folder that I wanted to drop it onto. Okay? So those are different ways that you can just kind of, the very basics, I'm just getting started. So now, let me see what I have on my desktop. So I'm going to bring up Microsoft Word here for a second. And I am going to get over to this workshop and what we are talking about today. So I just speedily went through that. I'm going to copy all this because that's just easier right now. And I created a new Google Doc, right? So this is our agenda for the day. And I'm going to save this, and I'll save it to my desktop. But I could have put it into a folder, and so my new document, and I'm saving that. Where to go? Where to go? Where to go? Well, why is it an exe file? Oh, there it is. So okay, so we're back. I may have documents that I have found that I've downloaded or that I've created, and I want it to be put into Google Drive. Right? Google Drive allows me to store 10 gigabytes for free of material. Right? It's great backup. You can buy more if you have a private account. You can buy more, but right now we start out with 10 gigabytes of information, and that's pretty useful for a lot of folks.
Is that standard for students, faculty, and anybody not at JCC too?
Yes, that's just the standard 10 gigabytes, right, to start out with. But you can always buy more. So I'm going to take this new Word document that I created, and I want to put it into that folder. So I can just drag it, click on it, hold my mouse button, and just drag it on, and it now drops it in there. Okay? So if you were sharing this folder with your student, anything you dropped into that folder, they would be able to immediately have access to. Okay? If you notice, it's not a Google document, it's a Word document, .docx, right? That's a Word document. If I want to work on it, although Word there's a little collaboration there, I could work on it. I basically pull it up. In order to work on it, I would have to download it because it's a Word document. Okay? Not necessarily. So you have that version control, right? You have bring it down. You got to put it back up after you're done. But I can open it up with Google Docs, and what it'll do now is it'll convert it. So it'll take that document, convert it into Google Docs, and now I can work on it natively in Google. And the nice thing is I could work on it on my phone. I could work on it with my iPad. You know, whatever tools I had, I can work on it. Okay.
And with this way, you can also share it.
Yes.
But not if it was just a doc.
You can share that too.
Oh, you could. Okay.
You can share. You can share everything. Okay, which is very nice. Okay, so.
Or when I mean share, it means so they can edit it, right? That's an option, right? Or not?
Yes, and we'll talk about that the next hour. But and we'll actually do it. We'll have a document that we'll all work on together, and it'll be cool, and you'll see the craziness of it. It'll be fun. But what I've done is I have two versions of this. I have a Word document that's noted by the W, and then I have a Google Docs document. The Google Docs is a collaborative document that allows us all to work on it at one time. Okay, which is very nice. Okay, the other one, people have to download it, make changes, push it up. But if you have 18 people downloading it, making their changes and putting up, you have 18 versions that you're going to see. Okay, that's not that's not collaborative writing. You know, that's like, okay, somebody's responsible for moving those things around. So, but that's how easy it is to find something. So let me let's go to the Thai website, because I just added some. Well, I'm going to go to the Thai website. I just show you a couple things. You know, same idea. So I just created a new learning doc about Wikipedia using Wikipedia in the classroom. Isn't that exciting? Okay, and in there, there's a PDF document, so I'll pull that one up. And I decided that I'm going to save this. And let me save it to my desktop. Well, let me do it in downloads, right? Because that's typically where we go. And so now, let me go back to my new folder. And I pull up my downloads, and there's that Wikipedia article, right? So once again, I can click on it, hold my left mouse button down, and drag it, and now it's in that, as it's finishing uploading, there's my new PDF document, and if I have this, I can now share it out to whoever I want to if I wish. Okay? Same thing as your computer, really. Right? Think of it that way. You download documents, you got them in folders, you have them organized. Okay? All we're going to do now is this is in the cloud, so it's in Google's verse, and they control the storage there. Okay? Otherwise, it's just on your personal machine, or if you use the U drive, it's on a machine that IT has got, which is really kind of the cloud. Right? So it's really the same thing. Or our intranet, right? We have that capability. So, questions so far? And if you have any questions, Olean, feel free to type them. There should be a little chat in the upper right-hand corner, or type them in the chat, and hopefully Corey can pass them along. Okay. Questions so far? All right. So let me go back to my drive. Couple strategies for organizing. Okay. A lot of things are done alphabetical. Right? You can sort alphabetical. So, you know, using numbers and file names are kind of cool. That'll push things to the top. But one of the things that you also have, so if you go out and say, go create a couple extra folders in your little area. Just name them whatever. Maybe whatever and something else. Create a couple folders. And when you're done, kind of stare at me, make me feel uncomfortable, then I know. Okay. And create one more folder with your last name. Just use your last name as the folder name. And Olean, you're not left out. Feel free to do this. All right. So one of the things that you can do is you can organize by color. So you can right-click on a folder name and change the color of that particular folder. All right, so you can have, you know, a couple reds, and what else do we got? Maybe throw a purple in there. Okay, so you may have a variety of classes. You know, here is a select classes. You got a lot of the sameness in them, right? Color them one way. And then, oh, these are the external JCC commitments that I have. Color those. Oh, I'm on this committee. You know, I color, you know, so you can visually like know where you're at, right? It's just kind of a visual tool. And then click on a color.
Yeah, I did. I got a little check mark.
Okay. And then click anywhere in the gray outside of that. No, in the gray, yeah. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna let's kind of move on. Oh, another thing that may be important. You may have a certain document through your whole mess, right? That may be buried in my new folders. I have this instructor's guide. I think it's great. And I'm going to be working with that document a lot. And I don't want to keep drilling down to find where that document is. So what I can do is I can right-click on that and add a star. And I add a star to that document, and it does not do anything to that document. You can't tell that it's been starred. But over on the left-hand side, when I click on starred, that's the document that pops up.
You unstar something too?
Yep.
Oh yeah, same way.
Right-click on it, and then you can remove the star. Okay. For finding documents, Google is powered by Google, right? So Google is very good about finding your documents. If I'm looking for, say the word docs, we'll go out and find all the documents that I have out there that I have access to that have the word docs in it. Let me just stretch this out a little bit. All right, so I have my Google Docs folder, my Team Docs, you know, the outline for Google Docs, and then anything else. So it's in slide presentations, spreadsheets, it'll even go in. So this one down here, it's got a W, right? So that's a Word document, and it's even finding it in there. So it will look through all your files and tell you, I know I wrote this in it, and then here's your list. Okay. So looking for documents, a lot of different ways that you can do this is you can, I just want to see all the spreadsheets that are out there, and I don't even care. I know it's a spreadsheet, and so I will select that, and then it will bring up all the spreadsheets that I have in my system. Okay, so we're using a lot of spreadsheets on our team. If I want to change that file type to PDFs and do a search, here's all the different PDFs that we have squirreled away. If I want to see anything that opens up specifically with one of those programs, I can select that. If I want to see only owned by me, that's a PDF. That's it. The rest of them, you know, are kind of shared out and owned by the team. Okay, so different things that you can do. There is also a search called search domain. So do this search, right? So go in there, right? This will be blank, right? So you'll have search drive. Click on the down arrow, and I'm just curious, click on the plus for suny.edu and do a search. And I'm just curious. I don't know, so I'm curious on what you guys can say.
Yeah, just what I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just with my eyes.
All right, so we have a variety of, these are things that are shared in the JCC community. All right.
So all I see though are the things that I just created.
Okay,
Yeah, that's all.
and that's fine
Okay.
because
Should I see other things that are JCC?
not yet.
Okay.
We will.
Okay.
Okay, each one of us is going to share a file in that JCC community,
Okay.
and then like I said, we're going to kind of explore the magic. Okay, so what I am going to do right now is I found a document that I want to share, and I'm going to use this PDF. So there's two ways of sharing. Well, more than two ways. Okay, more than two ways. You can click on it, and anytime you see this little person with a plus, that gives you an option to share. Okay, so I have it right up there. I can right-click on it and share. I can also open the document up and share. Okay, so lots of different ways to share that document. But now it gets into who am I going to share it with. So in this case, what I did, let me go back, is I clicked on the document and I selected the share icon from the menu at the top. And I can now share with specific people. So I have Corey in here, maybe.
So this is not connected to our email. This is, how do we, is there a way to create an address book?
Absolutely. Yeah,
My
and
students, I'd like, if I was going to do this with my students, I don't want to have to type their names in every single time.
right. In Google Docs, you can, or in your Gmail, you can create a contacts list.
So will this pull from my Gmail list?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's talk about sharing a little bit, okay? Because there's lots of ways that you can share. So here's a scenario. You're putting an email out, and you want to share this with the individuals you're emailing. All you want them to do is just be able to view it, but you don't want to take this big document and put it in the email, right? Because it fills up space, right? But by just giving them a link, you can give them a link they can go back to and see the document. All right, so this is, I use this a lot. I do a lot of sharing. Matter of fact, we're changing our operations a little bit for Blackboard. So right now, in our Blackboard, in our template, we have documents that we said, here's the proper procedures for getting on Blackboard. Well, right now we're finding out there's a lot of them out there that says getting on the Angel. Okay. Well, what we could do is we can recreate that Word document or PDF, push it out to you, have you go in and make that change, and then down the road, something will change again, and we'll have to create that PDF and push it out to you and make that change. Or we can create that document in Google, give you the link, and when they click on the link, it'll take you to that Google. If we need to make a change, we make a change. Ding. And everybody has it at one time, and I never have to bother you about that again.
And the link will always stay the same. You can edit the document, but the link that we have to stay the same.
Correct. The link will stay the same no matter how many times you edit the document. Okay? So let's talk about getting those shareable links. So one way is I can, up in the right-hand side, I can click on this Get Shareable Link. All right, let me back up. So I have my document. I'm going to click on the share, which brings up this dialog, and then I have Get Shareable Link. So now we have options. We have options that, and we have more options. So I'm going to click on the more options. So public on the web. I can click on that, and if they do a Google search and they're using terms that are in that document, this document would show up, right? So you can make that entirely open to the public, to the world. Okay. One option I use a lot is anyone with the link. Right? So they're not going to magically think about this link. Right? Google links are, it's not one that you can say, oh, I think it's this, and you'll find it. There's no way. Right? So anyone that has the link. Now, understand if they take your email and pass it on to other people, those people would then be able to get to it because they have that link. Okay? Another option is anyone on Jamestown Community College. Right, so I'm going to select this one right now and save it. And done. Okay, so I have now saved that document. It's available out there. So what I would like you to do is do that source domain search again, and let's see if that shows up. So you should be able to just click on the search and, okay, it may take a little while before it comes up. All right. Or let's try to refresh your.
I get rid of this. I followed you along.
Save storage for all your files. All right. Eventually, it should show up. Okay. I mean, that's the intent of it, is it should kind of weed through there. But I had difficulty with that the other day. It didn't happen automatically. So let me make sure I did everything correctly.
I can't cancel or X anything out. Close. Remind me to close there. So how do I get rid of this now? I don't want. I press cancel. Wait now. Okay, now. What's his name?
And
I do not owned by me ownership, they came up. If I went to the source
oh, okay.
and selected not owned by me, let me go back and see if it says owned by anyone. Yeah, if you do, you have to change it to not
Thank you.
owned by me.
Yeah, then it comes up.
Then it comes up.
All right.
I wonder why that's weird.
That is weird.
Owned by anyone. Maybe
But
because
it
I'm
did.
included in anyone. I don't know.
Not owned by me. Okay, well that is good to know.
There it is.
Cool. All right, so that showed that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pull up a different document, and I'll just show you something else. But we can also, since this is a PDF, you can edit and add comments. All right, so you can create the capability where they review a document and add comments to that document. Okay, so so I can change that, add can comment, and save that, and done. And so if you open this, double click on it. Let's see, open with, this is probably a bad example of being able to add comments to. No. Well, let me go back to my other one, and I'm going to, oh, we have this new document here. I'm just going to share that, and I'm going to create that shareable link where anyone in the Jamestown community can edit, and done. So if you do that same search that you did with search the domain, owned by not me, and if you find that document, it says my new document, go ahead and type in it.
I just got on it.
You did?
Yes.
All right, so back to your email. Did you find that owned by, so you want that and change to not owned, not by me. And search. No?
No, I just.
Not.
There's other ones that come up, like,
Yeah.
and stuff.
Did you get the same ones?
I'll go.
Yeah, Jessica.
No, that's-
Yeah, an A dash.
Yeah. I wonder what they did, so it was other houses.
I didn't get anything.
What is that?
Except the other one. Instructor basics.
Yeah, that's strange. Unless it wasn't,
Well, it's taken me a minute, but I'm back in here.
Oh. Try it again. This is the wrong set.
Did the wrong one.
Wrong settings. Sorry.
So-
Try it again. You should be able to find it now.
Back to.
what's it called?
It should be my new document. Not by me, and it's
No.
I don't have it. Yeah, either.
there. It is. Okay.
Okay, maybe it was a little.
I don't need.
Not on by me, and then put this too. Let's put it.
Why do you check that?
No, no.
Why
Oh, I didn't do
This.
these. I didn't check the other one the first time either, oh my God.
No.
Huh.
Yeah.
So if you keep, it looks like you have to go out of it, because I kept trying to do the CR, and it's just, I had to go out of it and come back to it.
Okay. Okay. All right. So open that document up and leave your name or something. Say hello.
I'm deleting you back. I see that, Sarah.
Start on a new line. Come on.
All right, I'll move it.
I moved down already, you know?
Everybody's-
I'm gonna move you down.
Well, how would it? How should we get started?
It's supposed to be fast here.
Smeddling.
Oh, I thought you said meddling, I thought you were trying to say.
Messing.
All right, give me a smiley face to that.
Help is needed. Who needs help?
You look right.
Because you're like done. Okay. Okay. So, so one way is you can just make that link available to your students, right? Give them a link that's editable, and just give them the link and say, here, go add your comments to this, right? And they can go in and add their comments, and they can do this basically anonymously, right? I don't know who is who on this, right?
Oh, up there. Oh, okay. So when we're live, I can hover over it and I can see what they're.
Yeah, well, that's because it's shared to a JCC domain. Then I know. Okay, but if you just take the sharing option, if I go and change this to anyone who has a link, then I don't know. right? So people can go in and make their comments, add their do it anonymously. I mean, try it with a low risk type thing, just to make sure. But you can say, you can have this in your course to say, end of the week, let me know how I did. Here's a quick answer these questions. Give me your feedback. What we can do to improve the class or whatever. I mean, you have that type of option that you can do there. Okay. And then you can share this specifically with people and can edit. And I can send that off to myself. And there's advanced settings here. Paste a copy to myself, paste the item into the email, prevent editors from changing access, disable options to download, print, and copy for commenters. So there's a variety of different levels that you can add into the sharing. But I'll send that to myself, and yeah, I'm outside the domain. It'll warn me, right? And it'll list who is the owner, where the copy is. So anytime that you right-click on that document, you can see what privileges, who's got access to that document, and what level of access that you have. Okay? You can share a folder, right? So you may create a folder for each one of your students and say, just put a document in that folder.
So it becomes like a Dropbox?
Then it becomes the Dropbox.
So I don't need to use Blackboard anymore?
You would not have to use Blackboard to do that, correct?
Like for you, I hate Blackboard.
Okay.
Yeah. So Lisa,
No, she hates Blackboard. Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
Yes, you could create a folder and share out this to a lot of folks. And I'll click done. And so if I go to my other account, which I think is up here. It's not that one. Let me find it.
I can do this right there. I saw that.
What?
How did you do that? You did that under comments.
So I just shared a document out to me, and here it is in my email, and it has a link as invited you to edit the following document, so I can click on that link, and that's when I send it directly to those individuals. Okay.
Wait, I missed that. So you went into another email? What did you do?
Yeah, I just went into, I just emailed it to myself to another account.
Oh, okay.
I opened that account. Here is that message, and that message will let me know my new documents there. And right, and so I am now in that document editing. There I am. Okay. As one account, there should be another account up there. I think on the other, let me go back to the other one. I don't know where I'm at sometimes. Sorry?
Someone in Olean? Should they be on this?
Yeah, if they're out there. So here, because I'm still logged in with that other account, now this has my picture, tells who I am.
No, I don't. Do I not show up on my own?
You won't show up on your own. Okay.
I know.
Right. So you can see whoever else is there. Okay. All right. Finding files shared with you. there is another option over on the left-hand side is shared with me, and I have lots of them. So I don't know what you guys are seeing. So on the left-hand side, you have an option. Oh, close that. We're done with that. So no, not that.
Good thing you're on to get there.
Yeah.
And if you had any documents shared specifically with you, they would be listed there. So let me find that particular document again. Is anybody in there? Nope. Yes. Okay, so I can specifically share this out to and you have editing rights on this document, and I can send that. And so for Sarah, she should be able to have something that shows up for that. Oh, everybody else wants to be in there. All right. Okay. So when you guys, and I didn't share it to everybody, I'm sorry, but when you guys click on that shared with me,
You see, I don't have that shit person. So I always got that shit.
right?
She was got that
Yeah,
shit
did it spell it wrong? Shared with
Oh,
me?
yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, good, okay. Okay.
SB01.
Yeah, Terry, NUMSB01.
All right, I'll look again.
So do you have to put, you could just put in that, you have to put in the whole email address or not?
Yeah, unless it's in your book and
So you
it's,
don't want to probably be my email address, right? Oh, I guess it would be TranMSB01 for my Gmail, that's right. Never mind.
TRANUM SB01
Yeah.
SUNYJCC.edu. Yeah.
Yeah, I can show you. That's good.
Hmm.
I email them all. Okay.
And two others. Yeah, so why is it? No, there it is. Yeah. Did you get it this time? Hmm. That's weird. We'd have to play with that to figure out where that problem is. All right. Let's see. Google Photos. All right. One of the things that you can do, say with your smartphone, is you can set up your smartphone if you have, add this particular account, or done with your private Gmail account, and coordinate those so your photos automatically go in there, right? And then from there you can share photos out with people. So for example, this is my personal account, so my Google Photos are all in there, and I did not physically add those in there on my computer. I was out using Instagram, but I keep my Instagram photos are automatically sent by Google and backed up there.
How do
So
you set that up? Just set it up so it goes from
Yeah, it's a setting in your phone, and yeah, and giving that permission to do that. We have a couple more minutes. Let me show you some sites that are, I think, useful for you. Any questions about this? This is kind of like I said, the basics. This is, you set up folders, you put files in there, and you also have the ability to share.
Part 2, are you going to talk about like changing file formatting?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. And so you can, but the essence of this was really, being able to upload files, right? So you can drag them on there. To download a file, you can right click on that and select download, and it'll download. You can make copies of something. So if you have a template that you've created, a grade book. So one of the examples I gave was creating a grade book and then creating a link in Blackboard to that grade book. Right? So having, not a great attendance roster. So creating an attendance roster and then putting a link on there. What you can do is set up a template. Every term, you make a copy of that template, rename it to your course, populate it with your students, and create grab that link for that document, put it into your Blackboard that only you can see. And that way, if you have Blackboard up in your class, you just click on attendance and just cooking with propane. Yeah, so that's a way to do it. The nice thing, I use Blackboard. I can set up a separate folder and have all these Google Docs in it that are editable, and just have a link for me, and I can click on that, bring it up. If I need to make changes in front of students, let's discuss a procedure or something. What's the first step you would do? And now I can share a view only back to the students. Here's a set of notes.
Well, plus, I know what's a big pain, it's better in Blackboard than Angel, but if I have a document up, I can't edit it up. I gotta change it and then re-upload a new document. So if you had a link to your documents, right, then I could edit it real easy and that link would stay there, and that would be amazing.
But then what happens to Raquel when you transfer like a memory course to the next semester and your copy?
Same link.
The link is,
Does it stay? Because sometimes the links just are lost.
It should stay. Should stay. Okay. So, a couple other things. Some useful plugins. You can extend Blackboard for a variety. There's a variety of things to extend it with. Let me go to my workshops here, my documents, and we're doing Google Drive. All right, so here is one document. What you can do is you can add this to Microsoft Word, where you can have your Word document, if you wanted to save it automatically, or save it into Google Drive for you. Okay?
and that one more time, I'm sorry.
There is an add-on for Microsoft Word, right? So I can accept and install and run if, hi Connie.
Yes, Jeff has a question.
Yes.
Yeah, Microsoft has their own product, the OneDrive, which does that kind of automatically.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. The question on this one is since it's an install, we'd have to go through the help desk. Are they willing to do that or no?
Actually, I'm going to do it right now. And because this is basic, for for your individual computer, this is only localized to your computer. So it's not something that everyone would be able to access.
Right, but what I'm saying is if it puts in the libraries folder in Windows a new icon, that's something that's being changed onto the operating system, and they don't. I mean, probably the Active Directory is not going to allow us to do that.
Actually, I was successful to do it in my office. So I am going. So here's the.
You may have better rights than we have.
No. I'm here at a lab computer right now.
Okay.
And I am Google Drive plugin, get started. And I would sign in then with my accounts, you know, and be able to sign in, but it's already added it to Word, and I just did it right now.
Okay, so where is it in Word then?
Well, I'll show you. So I'm going to add this to my personal account. And what the heck is my password? I verify, boom, 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 allow. And so if I wanted to save this particular document, I make changes to it, I can go to File, Save, and now I have Google Drive right there.
Okay. Is it in the libraries icon also, or in the libraries dialog box?
That I don't know.
Did you go down, you know, the library, that yellow folder down by the Start button?
Oh, that.
Is there
No,
a way
that's not there.
Okay, is there a way to add it in there?
That I would have to look up.
Okay, that would be really useful if I had something like that where I had where we could add that to the library. That'd be really, really
Yeah,
nice.
that'd be very.
Yeah. No, I understand. Yeah. I'll ask.
Okay.
Okay. So that's one thing that we can do. Cancel. Don't save. That's what I want. That's the option there. And another site is our Thai site. And in there, I have created some tools and methods. And I provided a set of links talking about Google Drive. And in there are a number of add-ons that they recommend. Anything from mind maps to mapping programs and such. So, and I will put this into show notes and send them to you. So, yeah. All right, so we'll take care of that. All right. Let me end this session because we have to get to our next session. That we have gone out of time, and there's still much more, but I will put a blog post and I will attach this to the Google Hangouts on Air, and feel free to go check that out. But in the meantime, thank you very much for coming and being here. Hi, Connie, and